Hello. You signed the consent form earlier, but I'd like to ask for your consent again during the video. Do you consent to the video recording during the test?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. What is your name? Which department do you study in, and what year are you in?
My name is Halim Erenlandı. I'm English Language Department student and I'm second year, second semester student.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for your participating in this test. Your thoughts are really important to me. I am a third year student in the Visual Communication Design department, and today I'd like to test the usability of the interactive prototype I designed for my final project on real-time monitoring display. Please say your thoughts aloud during the test. If there is a part that you find confusing or do not understand, do not hesitate to say it freely and give the reasons for your choices.
Okay.
If you are ready, we can begin.
I'm ready.
Okay. Firstly, I have some questions for each screen. Take a moment to look at this screen. Don't click or interact with anything yet. Just observe what you see. What do you think this screen is for?
I don't know, the guidance for newly come students, maybe, or general introduction to campus for students.
Okay. If you had to guess, what is the main purpose of this interface?
As I said before, I think it's an introduction to our campus or events for our newly and our old students for throughout this fall semester.
Okay. Can you identify the main components on the screen? What do you think each component does?
I'm not sure because I couldn't see clearly due to my colorblind issue.
Okay.
That's why I'm a bit hard sometimes. I only see a three-person there and just the writings. Other than I couldn't see.
Okay. Does anything on the screen confuse you or seem unclear? You already said that actually.
The only thing that confused me is the colors, actually.
Okay.
It's almost the same, every color is the same now, for me.
Thank you. Now I'd like to complete a few tasks using this interface. Take your time and share your thoughts as you go. Tell me what you are thinking and why you are making certain decisions. If you are ready, we can start with the first task.
I'm ready.
Imagine you are a student who regularly attends events on campus. As you look at the screen, you notice the Design Market event scheduled for December 25th and 26th. You want to check the details of the event to attend this event that interests you. And the task is view the details of the Design Market event scheduled for December to learn more about it. Now you can interact or...
Cool.
Okay.
As I said, 25th and 26th is my free days actually, because Wednesday I have no class, but it's Thursday when we consider the Thursday, I couldn't attend because I have a lecture and I have a job in our school radio. That's why I only attend 25th.
Okay. Actually, you complete the task, and I have some questions. Did the text and icons help you see and understand the event details sufficiently?
Well, I can read it and that's actually understandable. But I couldn't read this section because there's the writes are too small and the main color is too big for me, and that's why I couldn't see the color, that's why I couldn't see the text. That's the only problem with this section actually, but other than that's fine.
Okay, so the icons are clear enough for you?
Yeah, icons are clear.
The other question is, do you think that the details about the event are sufficiently clear and understandable? For this part, I mean the specifically details.
Firstly, the events introduction part is this, but for the normal people, for the people who can see the colors can actually see that. But for me, I couldn't see anything, and that's actually a bad for the designing, because this design only made for the people who can see the colors. Like me or the other student who suffering from the color blind couldn't read that. And for example, I can read this part, this part, this part, but this part is no. Nothing I can see. I couldn't see nothing. I only read this section, but in this section I couldn't. No, everything is blurry. Because for the color blinding issue, if I want to explain it more, each color actually matters for us, because the text color is important, the background color is important, and if we couldn't see the background color, we couldn't read the text. But there's a good part of it. For the color blinds, we only see clearly two colors. That's black and white. And as you can see that, they are writing white. But the bad part is they are too small. And background is, for me it's green, but I don't know what did you see? And not green, I'm sorry, the gray. I think Turkish. Sorry about that. And gray, and I couldn't read it, that's why.
Okay.
Maybe if they write much bigger rather than this, maybe it's efficient for the all students in this campus.
Okay. So when I iterate this design, should I black and white, or what improvements do you suggest?
For actually the colors for the Christmas Eve, as you can see, and the colors of Christmas Eve is red and green. But if you do that in black and white, some of the students couldn't understand it's Christmas Eve. For me, if you write this text much bigger, then problem is solved for me. Actually, you don't need to change colors. The only thing is the small text.
Okay. I have another questions for this screen. Again, what do you think this screen is for?
There's probably Christmas Eve, because that's right. I know that in Turkish Yılbaşı, which translated in English is Christmas. And probably some events for Christmas, maybe designing, maybe some little trades in or markets for Christmas. When first I see that is this, because there's a snowman right there.
So when you look at this screen, can you understand that it is about event details?
First to see that, when I read that section, I understand for the purpose.
Okay.
What's this? That's why it's clear. And this section, you can clearly see that. But as I said before, this section is unclear.
Does anything on the screen confuse you or seem unclear? You already said that actually the image is problematic. And if you want, we can move on to the second task.
Yeah, you can.
Imagine someone important in technology is coming to the university for an interview on October 18th. You have to be there today, but you don't know which block the events will be in, so you need to find the exact location from the campus map. And the task is find the specific block where the interview will take place using the campus map.
Okay.
And firstly, okay.
I click the guest targets. And October 18th. There's nothing in October 18th. There's no calendar in October 18th. I couldn't see it. But there's some interview in 23rd. Maybe I don't know.
You have time actually. Just look at the screen carefully.
I don't know.
You can do anything, whatever you want.
Well, I couldn't see anything on 18th because it's in December, and that's why I had to click October section.
Okay.
And October 18th, I couldn't see it. Maybe in October 8th.
It is November.
November, sorry. I couldn't see that. No. October 18th.
Then if you want, I can tell the task again.
Okay.
Uh,
It's multi-purpose one, as I can see.
yes.
But when I see that poster, there is so much confusing things because, as I said earlier in this project, I couldn't see everything. Every color is confusing for me. I didn't know which color is that. I mean, for example, I couldn't read whatever it is. I don't know. For example, I don't know this. I don't know this. I couldn't see the background color. I couldn't see anything. The only thing I know is there's something in gaming innovation and multi-purpose and the time and date. I couldn't only read this, but I don't know who's gonna be participate, what they're gonna talk about. I don't know anything. For me, there's a much more problematic in first task. That's it.
Can you find the campus map?
I don't know. Look at this.
Okay. Yeah, you are successful. You complete this task. Now, do you think the map provides enough detailed information about the location?
Because I mean, as a TED student, that's enough. But if someone join in another university, that's confusing because they don't know which campus is going to be in multi-purpose hall. They didn't write specific multi-purpose hall writing for that, and that's why for the other students rather than a TED University student, that's gonna be confusing. But as a TED student, that's enough.
Maybe I should write specifically floors and classes.
Maybe, but if you just write that part as a multi-purpose hall, that's actually fine. The only thing that can be improvement is that.
Okay. Are the colors, icons, and text on the map clear and easy to read? What improvements would you suggest?
For myself, I read Aksu campus, İncesi campus, and I know the shapes. I can see the shapes, and maybe backgrounds. These icons may be white, and that's why everyone can see clearly what's
You mean
this
that
section.
the FGD?
Yeah. FGD icons maybe can be white, and
Okay.
that's why it can be much more clear for everyone.
The confusing part is actually just this or something else?
For myself, that's FDG icons, but for another student, that's the part of the location.
Okay.
Because they can think that there's a D block D, but our multi-purpose hall between block D and block G. That's why we have to write there the multi-purpose hall. There's only two problems.
Okay.
Rather than it's good.
Thank you. So you can see easily.
Yeah, if I have to give a percentage, I can see 85% clear.
Okay. Can you also give a percentage for this part?
Test 1? For test 1 or test 2?
No, just for this sticky.
I can see for 8%. I can only see this part, and I don't see the colors of test section. Just two. For myself, there's actually light gray, and this completely I don't know what color is this. But for this one, and maybe I couldn't see that because the projector's efficiency. That's actually important part for the color light. For example, I can see the live colors. For example, it can be much more efficient projector. Maybe I can see, but our projector is a little bit old. That's why maybe I couldn't see that.
Okay. Then for this screen, do you think that the text sizes are enough?
For this part, yes, that's
Yes.
enough. But for this part, no.
Okay. And if you want, we can go the last task.
Okay.
Imagine you have been looking forward to attending the Women in Literature event on campus in November 1st. However, you recently heard it was cancelled, and now you want to double check to confirm the cancellation.
Okay.
And the task is Find the Women in Literature event, which was originally scheduled for November, but has been cancelled.
Well, first, I could get started.
Okay.
And then, yes, I clicked for the November. And as I can see that there is November 1st, but the icon is, I don't know, maybe it's, yeah, I found it.
Actually, I don't know, can you see, but the title background is red. Also, in this part, this icon is red.
Okay. I mean, I think that's the background icon, yeah. I can think that it's probably red. I can think that, but when I click that section, for me that's not red. For me, it's much rather than pink. It's much closer than pink, and that's. But for the generally, this poster is good. I mean, for 90%, that's a good poster. I can already see the title. It's big enough. I see the outer name, and I can already read this section because the background is white and the writing is black.
So, as I understand, I should put more lively colors, maybe.
Maybe, but for especially in this section, but rather than everything is fine.
Okay. Are the icons used to describe categories of events in the calendar understandable and visible? If not, how can they be improved or detailed?
Yeah, they can be understandable. Because you can figure out which event is which. For example, there's a meeting, there's a conference, and there's a. Maybe this one is confusing, maybe because they can think that there's a class on that time, but this, and this is understandable. Only confusing part is this.
Okay. What improvements could be made to better indicate that an event has been cancelled?
We only maybe they can write this part is cancelled. But if they don't, it's fine. Because the school emailed about that events are cancelled or going on. But if you don't write that part is cancelled, that's fine because I can clearly see that the color icon in this one and this one is different. So I can think that there's something going on about this too.
Okay. That's all about our tasks. Finally, I would like to ask a few questions. How easy was it to find the information you needed?
If I want to give a number between 1 to 5, it's 4. It's very understandable, there's very easy. The only part that I'm confusing in is the Christmas Eve and second poster. Rather than, it's fine actually.
So actually the problematic part is posters, I guess.
Posters and background writings. Rather than there's actually fine. And as a colorblind person, I can clearly say that, oh, they're so problematic, I can see, no. I can understand what is it, because I can see the icons. And I can understand the icons. And there's little thing to improvements, but generally it's a fine project.
Okay, thank you. And did you feel confident in the actions you took, why or why not?
I didn't feel a conflict because that's very understandable. To want me to do what I'm gonna make, and that's why there's no conflict. That's easy to understand the informations. That's all I can say.
Okay. Was there any information you expected to see but couldn't find?
As I told, the only thing maybe in map, the school map, but rather than there's no.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Last question is there anything that could make it easier or faster for you to make decisions using this interface?
No, actually no. Because there's simple interface. There's nothing too confusing about, oh, what's this, what's that, I don't know, I don't see. No, it's fine interface. There's no improvement needs, just only improvement to make, as I said before, is posters. But the general interface, no. The only thing I said is map. Maybe.
So also the text sizes is okay for you actually, or not?
For this,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
But in general, in posters, no.
Okay. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you.